Alright guys, what is up and welcome back. This is day number 3 of our channel and you know, I'm feeling more comfortable. I can look into the camera and not feel awkward, not feel like people are looking at me and getting all awkward about that. So that's good. Today's going to be kind of a shorter video and it's going to just be, again, me kind of talking, just kind of short stories. That's probably what my channel's going to be for quite a while, until I can get a camera, proper setup, editing software. That's probably what this channel is mostly going to be, but that's okay. Everything starts somewhere, right? So today, I'm going to talk about this book, but more importantly, what it explains, what it tells, and why it's valuable. In high school, I don't think I read a single book, at least not ones that were assigned, like Frankenstein and all those, because they would talk about them in class and everything for the test we would go over in class, so I didn't really want to read. I wasn't that big into reading, especially if it's something I'm not personally interested in. Getting me to read 200 to 300 pages of something that's torture. But this book, on the other hand, it's called The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. I hope I didn't butcher that too bad. But this is the outline of what I base almost everything. I mean, this is really the Bible of whatever you want to pursue and how you're going to pursue it. This is where it starts. I mean, habits drive us. The littlest things, from what time we wake up to when we go to sleep and what we do in between, all of that is powered by habits. And this book outlines not only how habits affect us, but how we can change, how we can reverse something, how we can take a negative habit and with one step, we can reverse all of that. And it outlines there's 3 parts to a habit. I don't want to go too into the book because I actually want you guys to go read this book. I'm not being plugged. Obviously, my YouTube channel has like 10 views, and 9 of those are probably from me. It's just this book is something that is a must-read for me. I bought it last year, and it took me maybe 7 months to even read into it. But as soon as I started reading, it took me 2 days to finish. I mean, everything in it is so compelling, and it's written in such a way that anyone can read it and anyone can instantly understand. It's not like the movie Interstellar where you have to watch every little thing, and if you don't pay attention to one part, you're not going to get it. This is so laid out so perfectly that it just really talks to you in a deep way about how habits form, and it makes you think of your own habits and how you can break them or keep going. I think the most important thing out of the book that I got is not even that you can reverse bad habits. It's that it takes 4 weeks for a new habit to start. And to me, that speaks a lot about like just our basic instincts and everything. Because when you watch YouTube videos and you see these motivational speakers and you see these great people, powerful people talk, that's great for about 2 weeks. I mean, motivation is about 1 to 2 weeks, possibly 3. I mean, we see it every January, right? Gyms get flooded with new memberships, and at the end of the month, it's back to the same people. Maybe 1 or 2 people stuck with it, but that motivation only lasts so long, right? And I say, and I'm sure someone else has said it before, I'm sure that's where I probably heard it, but when you're inspired, you should just hold on to that inspiration long enough for it to create change. So if motivation is 2 weeks and it takes 4 weeks to create a habit, you need those 2 weeks. You need to bridge that gap, and bridging that gap is just you personally. That's your drive, your passion, you really wanting to dig in and change, right? So it could be you have a bad habit of eating junk food or going to McDonald's or whatever, and for 2 weeks you watch a video and you're like, oh yes, I'm going to do this, I'm not going to go to McDonald's. And then 2 weeks goes by and your brain starts to manipulate you. It starts to talk to you and say, well, if I just have it this once, then it's kind of a reward for these 2 weeks that I haven't had it, right? And then it goes back to that normal cycle, right? Because then your brain goes, oh, there's the dopamine rush, there's what I want, there it is again. So I'm just going to keep feeding, and it's just going to get stronger. It's going to make those connections even harder to break. So those 2 weeks that the motivation is lacking, you just have to really dig down. And I mean, it's always simple to say. It's always, I mean, you hear a lot of people say it. But I think if you can really dig down and find a reason, and it could just be to improve yourself, and maybe it's to help your family out. Maybe you have other reasons, right? You got to find an excuse to win. And again, I just think the book is just a really good starting place for anybody that maybe doesn't even know what they want to change. But this is just going to outline, it's going to help you realize what you want to change, what you need to change, or maybe something that you just need to realize it is a habit now and stick to it, make sure that it stays a habit. That's just as important as changing a habit, is maintaining one. So again, the book is The Power of Habit. You can buy it. I'm sure you can buy it online. You can listen to it. So there's not really an excuse to not give this book out a try. I think maybe the first 10 pages won't hook you. They're a little bit kind of boring, but once you get into the real meat of this book, you're going to be hooked. I promise you. So that's it for this video for today. Another video will be up tomorrow, and hopefully another compelling topic to talk about. Other than that, thank you for watching, and tune in tomorrow.